Do you have sex on your platform or not?
No, I'm actually a virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My name is Bob.
What, you don't believe her?
Absolutely not.
I've been battling this for years, crying for years, because I went from a virgin at almost 30 years old to a single mother.
Aren't these the women that the men say they want? The non-promiscuous, virginal, virtuous, quote unquote women? Just to get them and abuse them like you do the promiscuous women you claim you don't like? I'm shocked. That's the best way I could describe it. I'm shocked that this happened this way. This conversation, it went the way it needed to go, I guess, because, you know, the person on the panel needed to hear this, and the people that think like her needed to hear this. I'm actually shocked at Piers Morgan's reaction as well, because he is a bit of a douche, and he's very misogynistic. So, you know, hearing him be like the voice of reason in this scenario between the two was very, very interesting. But this is exactly why women, they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. You know what I mean? Like women can't do anything right. They can't do anything right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what women do, men, society, doesn't matter. We are going to try to find a way to shame her. It's pretty remarkable. It's pretty remarkable.
Do you have sex on your platform or not?
No, I'm actually a virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My name is Bob.
What, you don't believe her?
Absolutely not.
Well, why would she lie?
Well, I don't know what the connection is between, again, I mean, that's why I partly
Are you being
do-
serious? Or you?
I'm being dead ass, and that's partly why I do OnlyFans. It's because
I'm being dead ass. Such a Gen Z reaction. I'm being dead ass is so funny right here to me. It was perfect. It was beautiful. I love it.
I'm trying to point out that, like, you could be a virgin in a way that isn't about purity culture or religion. You could be a virgin in a feminist way, which means you don't want to bite the bullet and, you know, just join hookup culture or just put out just because society tells you to. And I think it's really unfortunate that religious conservatism has a monopoly on abstinence culture, because 45% of women regret their first time. 30% of women regret like a sexual experience in the last 12 months, right? So I'm very interested in carving out a space for secular women, non-religious women, feminist women to also know that they can hold on to their chastity if they want to in a way that doesn't align with the toxic purity culture.
How old are you now?
I'm 26.
26?
Yeah.
So, Esther, why would you not believe her when she says she's a virgin?
I don't know many virgins that strip off and call themselves e-prostitutes. I think it's...
Do you know many virgins? Do you know many e-prostitutes? And I'm not no shade to her. She's, you know, attractive and beautiful and all that stuff. But you look older than this woman. This woman's 26. You look like you're in your 30s. So you guys wouldn't even be kicking it together. Do you know a ton of virgins? Like, how do you? I don't know a ton of virgins. That you don't know a ton of virgins. Period. Nobody does at your age. By our age, we don't know a ton of virgins. What do you mean? That was stupid. That didn't answer his question. She couldn't answer his question.
quite rare.
It doesn't mean she's not.
I mean, it's definitely a unique perspective. Can I just ask why? So it's empowering to take your kit off, and I'm assuming, I don't know how extensive your
Well, what kind of thing do you do on your?
portfolio is,
I mean, sort of categorize it for those who've never
I mean,
seen
you just
it.
got to subscribe and see. I would say, you know.
Absolutely not. That's a good marketing, though. Subscribe and see, but...
Subscribe and see. I mean, I offer a girlfriend experience. You could come on and I'll pretend to be your girlfriend for a little while, pretend to not be repulsed by you. I offer slutty photos and videos. And yeah, I just don't know what the connection is to virginity, you know? There really is no connection.
Well, I guess if you're massively sexualizing yourself, there'll be a presumption that you've had sex. And it's quite interesting to me that you say you've never had sex.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the whole point, right? That's what I'm saying, is like people are unable to conceive of virginity outside of just wanting to appeal to the male gaze and being attractive to men. And I'm not a virgin because I think it'll make me more appealing in the dating market. I'm a virgin because most women regret their first time. They regret biting the bullet. Our dating pool is full of horrible men. And I think women should wait more so that they're not just going through that ringer of sexual regret.
That was a mic drop. They didn't know what they were in for, I don't think. I mean, they invited her on, I'm sure, so somebody knew, but like, I don't think either one of these people, even peers, I'm saying, they didn't know what they were in for, because I've seen this young lady go on podcast after podcast and they ask the same stupid questions and she eviscerates them every single time with like just logic and facts. And like, I love how she weaves it in between like her anecdotal. This is what I try to tell people all the time. It's okay to use your anecdotal experiences as a way to make the human connection between the facts, stats, history or whatever, and the people that you're talking to, right? So she's saying, essentially, I'm a virgin because of the behaviors of men. I'm not a virgin because I want to appeal to men. I'm a virgin because men are so shitty that I'm just turned off and I'm repulsed and I'm afraid to some extent, I'm sure, to get involved with the man sexually. I just don't have any interest in it because of the behaviors of men, right? And there is no there shouldn't be any argument there. That shouldn't blow your mind. As a woman, I'm saying, so for the woman that was up there, she should relate to that instantly. Like, yeah, because I bet you she regrets her first time having sex. I bet you she regrets plenty of men she slept with. I bet anything. So you can't you can't connect with that. And by the way, again, this woman is only 26 years old. I don't care if she was 46 years old, I would believe her, right? But she's only 26 years old. That's not crazy. A 26-year-old virgin, not crazy. No age virgin is crazy, but I'm saying if we're thinking like by this time you should, like, that's well within, you know what I'm saying? Like the realm of reasoning, you know what I mean? For me. But that woman just sounded like a hater. She sounded like a hater. She was pocket watching, right? There was little signs of that. Talking about, that's a good, advertisement. No. She has to protect her brand still. She can't just tell you everything that she does, but she also did lay out what she did. She said, what I do is I sell a fantasy. And and again, as a woman, I would think you would be able to understand how simple-minded men are and how animalistic men are, right? When it comes to sex and the idea of it. This woman is essentially, she just sells fantasies, right? I've never been on OF. I don't know what the site looks like. I don't know anything about it, right? I mean, I don't know how it functions. I've seen videos that came from OF. That's it. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know how OF functions. But I've read about it. And from what I can glean, you can have an OF page about anything. There are people who cook on there. There are people who read on there. There are all different types of people. It just depends on how you market yourself and if you can find your niche, right? If you can find your people, find your audience. Okay. So her niche is, and she said it is, I do stuff like make lonely men feel less lonely and more like human beings. And she put it in a better way because she was saying, like, I fake like I'm their girlfriend for 10 minutes and da. For the life of me, I don't understand how anybody that's a millennial and older doesn't understand what she's doing. All she is a phone sex operator. That's all she is. Phone sex operators, for all we know, they could have been men. They could have been 400-pound whatever women. They could have been 100-pound whatever women. They could have been big-breasted, small-chested, flat-bootied, fat-bootied. Don't matter. It was the fantasy. It was it was the interaction. That was all it was. That's what the men were buying. They were buying the experience. That's all they're doing with her. They're buying the experience. What is, and she dresses in a, she's scantily clad when she does it. Okay, so what? You know who she is to me? You know who she is to me? I don't know if you guys ever saw this movie, but I'll show you. The movie, I think it's called The Internship. If you guys go look it up, or if you've seen the movie, that is who she is. In the movie, she played like her character was like a sex bomb, like, so she was like overtly sexual in the movie, right? Watch. See? This is how she used to dress. She would dress like this. Look at her. She was around these fucking geeks, right? And she dressed like this or whatever. And there's no shade how she dressed. I think she was very cute. But they all thought that she was like, she would talk like she was experienced. She would say like freaky stuff, whatever you want to say. But come to find out, she was a virgin. Yeah, I can completely believe that. Because the biggest erogenous zone is the mind. And we know women love to stimulate their mind sexually. Women love that shit. So I don't have any, I can believe a woman not physically being involved in sex, but mentally being involved in, you know what I'm saying? Like still being mentally stimulated by it, talking about it, so on and so forth, right? That makes perfect sense to me. But that's who she reminds me of, like perfectly. That's who she is. That's her character. And if you listen to what she said she hates that the religious right, if you will, have cornered the market on celibacy. And they have. Most of the women that I know that are celibate are also extremely religious. I'm talking about, the ones, I won't say the ones like that I meet online. I shouldn't say the ones that I know. The vast majority of the ones that I've seen, the vast majority of the celibate women that I've seen online are the ones that are extremely religious, right? It's always they're doing it for God, they're doing it for Jesus, they're doing it for Allah, whatever the case may be. And she's right about that. I'm not taking anything away from those women. I don't care why you do it. You have the right to do it. I'm saying, though, I understand what she's saying. So when you see a woman of the world, right, a worldly woman that still likes to wear her, you know what I'm saying, and do her worldly thing, or whatever, you go, she can't be celibate, because what I know of celibate women are fucking nuns, is Mother Teresa. And I'm like, no, that's just one version of a celibate woman. There are many versions of celibate women. There are celibate women who have kids. There's celibate women who have kids, right? And if we're talking about virginity specifically, you don't know what a virgin looks like. That's why that woman didn't really have anything to say back to her when she said, I'm a virgin. All she could say was, and my name's Bob. That didn't disprove that she's a virgin. How the fuck do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. Virginity is a made up concept in and of itself. It's not a real thing. So anybody can be a virgin technically. But I'm gonna digress on that. So if you listen to what she was saying about the religious stuff and about how she didn't be religious for the male. I mean, she's not celibate and she's not a virgin for the male gaze or to be more attractive to men. This is why she's not doing it for men. And this is why she's not doing it for men.
What I really wish is that for you men to be honest with women from the beginning. I've been battling this for years, crying for years, because I went from a virgin at almost 30 years old to a single mother. And it hurts me because I've been silent for too long. And all I hear people say is they disrespect women and mothers all the time. But they don't never talk about how men lie and deceive women. And they don't even want to be with them. I wish I would just be honest with women before the trauma begins. So I went from a virgin to almost 30 years old to a single mom, to be in trauma, to be in survival mode. That's what's obsessed me the most. Like, I was a good girl my whole life, loyal to people that deceive me the most. And that's what messes me up the most. Like, I didn't even have a choice whether or not to be in survival mode. But you men don't care, you just move on to the next. You don't care who you put in survival mode. And y'all not trying to elevate at all. You're not trying to be with any woman. You're not trying to be with the woman that you really want to be with. Because you play games. You all play games for generations to come.
Aren't these the women that the men say they want? The non-promiscuous, virginal, virtuous, quote unquote women? just to get them and abuse them like you do the promiscuous women you claim you don't like? If you're gonna treat them the same, to the young lady's point, this is why she doesn't do it for men, because if you are going to treat you're going to treat both groups of women exactly the same. You're going to treat the virgin the same way you treat the 304, the whore, the slut, the skank, the scallywag, the whatever you call them. You're going to treat them exactly the same. Shit, you might dog the virgin out even worse. Because it takes a higher level of manipulation, I feel like, to sleep with the virgin, I'm sure. So you got the lies have to be more diabolical to sleep with them, right? It's not an even exchange. A lot of times the non-celibate woman, I don't want to say promiscuous, the non-celibate, non-abstinent woman, she wants to sleep with men too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like she's against sleeping with men just to sleep with the man and, you know what I'm saying, get her rocks off or whatever. But y'all still lie. You still lie to those women for no reason. You lie when the truth will do. You lie when the truth will do. So what benefit is it for women to remain virgins? What benefit is it in it for women to be virginal for the sake of attracting a man if a man is just going to do this to them anyway? Right? And by the way, this woman is extremely religious too. You can go look on her page. I did. She had all the God, the crosses, all that stuff. So she's a part of the religious ilk of women that the young lady was talking about in the other video. And that young woman does not want to be her. She doesn't want to be her. There's no shade to her because she didn't do anything wrong. But she doesn't want to be victimized. She doesn't want to be traumatized like this woman. So for anybody, especially another woman, to like wag their finger and call, like, that's disgusting. That's crazy. At a 26-year-old woman, a young lady, that's crazy. That was very disturbing. Very disturbing. Can't let Piers Morgan be the fucking voice of reason in that discussion between, he wasn't the voice of reason over the woman, the young lady, but just in general, though, that's crazy. That was wicked. So, yeah, very interesting stuff, man. Very interesting stuff, to say the least.